And so they moved it.
I looked at it.
555. It's coming.
These are ones the last time.
There's a 2 funds right.
Staying and do the pledge. Trustee has on practice.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
In order to be gathered this day, that he be for the business for the people of the village of Widow, grants wisdom, compassion, and understanding. Amen.
All right, your first item on the agenda is not public comment, is a public hearing on taking $13,000 out of our DPW equipment reserve to purchase a Kubota backhoe loader for DPW. We'll open the public hearing at 7:01. Do you have anything about that?
First, you got some paper on the floor there.
Yeah, I could have
Jeff's not even here to...
We're here to defend himself. So we'll call it at 7:02 later. Alright.
So
No comments. Now, the next item is...
you wanna-
Oh, you want to do that?
What do you vote on, man? If you want... I'll make the motion to purchase the Kubota tractor
As presented?
as presented.
Purchasing a Kubota tractor, we are taking $13,000 out of equipment reserve, and we had $15,000 available.
Coming up for this year.
So total cost is expected to be a little under 28,000, but about 28,000 seemed like the right number.
Yeah, because we don't want to,
Just, yeah, give you a little more.
done that before. Anybody have a discussion about the resolution? So vote, Fran?
Yes.
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 Yes. Yes. Next item is public comment. Do we have public comment?
Is this the Strawberry Festival, or is that on the...
It's on the agenda, but we can do it now.
Okay, yeah, well, I'm just here to get the approval for the parade permit. I think that was the thing we were missing last time, okay? So we can go ahead with the planning of the 40th Annual Strawberry Festival, June 20th.
It's in my file or somewhere.
If there's any further questions,
We should have a copy.
Yeah. There's actually 3 of them, right? Well,
There's
we've got 3 things.
There's 2 for the Strawberry Festival and 1 for... I'll make a motion to approve the parade permit application.
Okay. Any questions or concerns with the parade permit? Other than it's just a parade permit, so you guys can keep moving on your thing.
Mr. Mayor? Pat, you understand that the parade permit... Second.
Let's just say...
I lost my paper, but the parade permit for the Strawberry Festival is not permission to do all the various things with the permit, with the festival, not permission for street closures for the festival, it is not any of that, it is just for the parade.
right.
Yeah, so the other part is the discussion about how it's going to be this year, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, just wanted to know that.
And is everybody okay with the rest of it?
We don't have a rest of it. We've asked you guys to bring us a rest of it, and we don't have that information or proposal, do we have?
I thought that the parade permit was the only thing we needed to approve tonight, so I wasn't aware that I had to do anything further.
This is just for tonight. The parade permit is it for, you don't have to do anything else tonight, do you?
You don't have to do anything else tonight, but I just wanted to make sure that you guys understood that the parade permit is not approval for everything else, it's just for the parade. All the other details are outside of this.
She's bringing us more details of that, so we're trying
What we're gonna do.
So you mean we have to come back one more time with more details?
Probably.
Well, we don't have any details. No one's told us, oh, we want you to close this street and that street, we want to
Well,
put.
that's what
It'll be Jeff's.
Officer Winchell
Right, it'll
was
be
going
his
to do. And I thought he came and presented that and...
He hasn't presented anything to us, but it also, you haven't told us what streets you want to use this year. Do you want to have this street, do you want to have that street? What village properties do you want to use? What ones do you want to put what on? Where do you want to have a wine tent? Where do you want to have a stage? None of that stuff has been presented to us.
You know, what was given us last meeting was the overall idea of what was happening, the different venues that was gonna be there, the different bands possibly gonna show up,
So you need
where the
all
stage
that.
was gonna be possibly,
Yeah. Well, last time Wendy had a whole printout of the entertainment and...
But it was not given to the board.
But she didn't give it to the board. Okay, well, we can reprint
And then
that.
we'll have to look at Jeff's plan and make sure it's all in.
I mean, everything's the same as last year, and so we assumed everything would be okay.
See, that's what we tried to tell you guys last year. We needed you to come after the Strawberry Festival and talk to us about all that. We wanted you to come in the autumn and talk to us. We wanted you to come in the early winter before a whole bunch of bands got booked, so that, we said we're doing the process different than we used to do it. We used to do it, you want the festival, okay, you have it, do whatever you want. But we said last year, in March, that that's not how we're doing it anymore. We want more detail. We want to have decisions about particulars. So we're going to need to talk to you some more about particulars. So that's all. So we're going to approve a parade permit tonight. We're not approving particulars tonight because we don't have them.
Okay, so we just need to write up a more detailed plan?
Yeah, you can have, you can get a hold of the mayor or some of us.
Turn it to the mayor sometime?
Sure.
Okay, we could do that.
Thank you.
Anybody have any comments on the parade permit portion of it? This is just the Strawberry Fest parade, because we have another parade permit for the run.
in 5K.
Yeah, I'll have to get up there here.
You driving again?
Yeah, Jeff's not here again, must have run how many years. Brandon?
Yes.
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 Yes, yes. So,
I'll give you that. This is get this started. This is your break commit, sign.
yes, you can do whatever you have to do with the DOT and all that.
Yes, thank you very much, Randy.
You do that, and you... Thank.
So then the next one, we'll do all three of them.
Well, can I make a public comment?
Yeah, we're still on public.
Or are we still on public comment? Yeah, I just wanted to quickly remind the board that at the next meeting, that we'll have the landscape architect here. It'll be, I told her about a 20-minute limited to that and 10-minute for questions. So we want to make sure Jeff comes because a lot of it will impact him or, well, and he can do whatever he wants, but the suggestions are for that. So I just wanted to say that block of time, we requested it go on the agenda, but just a heads up.
Okay, no, thank you. Well, make sure he must be sick or something today. He's usually here. So the next thing is the Strawberry 5K race parade permit.
We don't have anyone, Candy's not here, or,
So if we have any questions, we'll tell them.
That's right. Last year, I believe the Strawberry Festival, not the Strawberry Festival, the 5K race supplied us with a number of pages of information, which is what we, once again, the things we want.
right?
How many people were where and what intersections?
This and that, so we would probably like to have that again.
Yeah, I think so. And it does say police protection is required, barricades for the streets,
Yeah, we need to know what it's.
Fire delays.
And it says,
It
it describes it, but.
Describes the race. Academy in front, the page, remained, the temple, left on master, right on helm.
It would be nice to have their representative here. There were some problems last year.
Please, correct.
Promises were made of people being there to work at this thing, and they were not there. It was problematic with the police, so it would be nice to have the representative.
The only issues we had the whole festival last year were that.
Yeah.
So we
Should we table this until
Oh, absolutely.
next meeting?
We should not take
Can I
action.
speak on behalf of the bucket? So I've led that race for the last, 3 years, I think it was, 4 years. Last year was the worst I've ever seen. I mean, there were some close calls of people getting run right over. There was people that were supposed to be blocking streets and there was not.
Yeah.
So we need to take some due diligence and figure out how to get these streets clear so nobody gets killed.
Check their plan, yeah.
So how about we call these people and talk to the next meeting?
That sounds good to me. Okay, and the last thing that we have for the Strawberry Fest is Pat Gavin, that's really cheap to talk about this. But the hose team will be conducting automatic hose races per the invitation of the Strawberry Festival Committee on North Avenue, from the hydrant across from the smoke shop, north to Central Station. And races include ladder, Y, straight line, same location the races were held with Strawberry Fest in the past, 2013 to 15. And they would like us to waive,
The hydrant fee.
right, waive the hydrant fee in hopes that consumers will also waive their fee.
Is this another of the details that we don't have worked out yet?
It's the hose.
We haven't given permission for any of this yet.
If you don't want that, then, yeah.
Would we want to do that piecemeal, or we want to wait until we have our whole plan on this?
This is just waiving the hydrant fee for the hose race.
I think we can do that.
I mean,
I make a motion to do that.
pending that the hose race happens, right?
Yeah, I make a motion to waive the,
They're not asking to have the hose race, they're asking to waive the hydrant fee.
Hydrant fee.
Conditional on that it's decided that that's going to happen.
Right.
Then I will second that.
Okay. Any discussion on that for anybody?
Suez and I don't want to do that.
Well, they'll allow them to do whatever, it's a question of whether or not they're charging.
yeah, exactly.
They will gladly let you use water.
Usually they do follow our lead though, right?
Usually, yeah, that's what they ask us to do first. So we'll vote on that, Fran?
Yes.
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 Yes. We'll bring that back next time. All right, it's all Strawberry Fest stuff.
Since we're doing this, you want to do the Little League Parade too, since we're doing all the
Might as well.
parade permits?
All the parade stuff.
I move we accept the parade permit application from the Wiggle Little League for the Little League Parade on April 25th.
Yeah, I'll second it.
Normal parade, right? Temple Street, North Ave.
Yep, opening day.
Yep. When was opening day this year? April 25th.
25th.
Put that down now. All right, so we have a motion and a second. Any discussion about the Little League Parade? Okay. Any vote? Fran?
One question, I mean, now who does the policing for that? They do it themselves or?
They're actually in the parade.
Yeah, well, you mean the streets?
Yeah,
So.
Fire police.
Fire police.
Yeah, they don't need that.
Yeah.
okay,
It only takes, that's a short
It's
break.
about,
Yeah, they-
I know,
That's
it doesn't,
that-
it
that's
doesn't
it.
say that.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
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 yes,
Yes.
Yes.
and yes.
Everyone, quick roll. Not on the agenda, we got these today. This is discharge of mortgage. This is Doug Morris, on 68 Liberty Street. He diligently paid off the CDBG loan. We just made sure you want to come to the office, we get all the on the records. And he paid up $27,000 since 2012, I believe. So,
Move we discharge mortgage on 60th Street for Mr. Morris?
Second.
Any discussion about that? Thank you for paying. Brandon?
Yes.
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 Yes. And yes.
Did we finish with the public comment? Because we keep...
Yeah,
Yeah.
nobody else has public comment, right? They're all good. All right, well, we can do the quick one, rescheduling of the annual meeting.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
Thank you. Propose that we reschedule the annual meeting from April 6th to April 1st, which is a Wednesday. And because I'm not gonna be here, that whole week of the 6th. And you don't really want to wait till the next week. That's okay with everyone.
Didn't we get an email for something going on those days?
What's that?
Didn't we get an email on something going on those days?
Something going on those days.
Yeah, you're gonna be out of town for 6,
I'm
right?
gonna be in the Outer Banks.
Yeah, but that's why he must move up first.
All right, I'll make the motion.
Yeah,
Unless somebody else wants to chair the meeting, right?
Well, the annual meeting, I don't think.
That's a bad one, actually. That's good because it's the end of the day.
he's got to do his appointments now.
Right. That's where we sell like Nate and, well, presumably those
Motion to
should
approve all appointments as presented.
Yeah.
Done.
There you go.
2 years after they talk.
So the new mayor will get to do that?
Whoever gets hired.
Yeah,
It'll be somebody that may be, you know.
Be right.
Get paid, yes. Uncontested race, you know what I mean?
Who seconded that thing? Ed?
I'll second
Could
that.
be anybody.
What are you doing?
All right. Let's vote on that, Brandon.
Yes.
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 Pass?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Obviously, a vote yes. Let's see if we have to word it. Maybe you guys are calling, maybe not me. you know?
There's a new man, might be able to get it the right time.
One vacation in like 2 years, and I get this.
You're right again.
I don't think many people standing around.
That's a thankless job.
One vacation in 2 years and see what I get.
You went to the conference over here, you're fine.
I have a couple times. yeah. Should we do the candor neutral aid agreement? That's another easy one.
Do we need?
Robin's not here, but everything has been worked out with me and
Can we make this short and sweet then? And I'll make a motion to approve the Candor EMS mutual agreement.
that way I can sign it.
I'll second.
There's another board.
So, Mr. Mayor, you've looked this over and David's done this and looked this over and it's...
I had no issues.
Changes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they put in all the changes.
You know, I'm not sure exactly what the actual number of calls you guys are. I don't know any of the details of like how many calls you guys are already doing, what much more money this will get you. But everything's an option apparently I look at. And I think if I remember her correctly from the last meeting, she said there's not that many calls, so this isn't like a large amount of volume.
Yeah, this is, I mean, we don't mutually that a ton, but we do sometimes.
Yeah, I think the thing is they don't have any, do they have ALS providers?
Not many, if they do. Yeah.
Should we answer county questions?
I think they were on quite a few calls.
With them?
Well, that's good.
Was the one today was that, since they did an ALS today, was that Candor or Canfield?
I think they did a couple. EMS was really busy today.
They were. Yeah, right, people were outside falling off of things.
Yeah.
There's a couple of skateboarders on my street.
Must be the leak here.
Well, I don't think we voted on this yet.
Do a motion
No, we didn't
second?
vote yet.
I got a motion, I got a
Yeah,
second.
second.
You got a second already?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Any more discussion about it? Hopefully we'll get a little extra cash.
Yes.
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 Yes. Take that back to the office. And we need a resolution to purchase the sky airbags now.
Yes, please. Let's get this done.
So we have a resolution to purchase sky airbags.
To be clear, this is for lease finance.
Correct. Right. The grant was submitted, should be corrected, it's on the state of the grant. Everybody, I think I sent that email to everybody about the update of the grant, but we'll just go over it, make sure everybody understands.
Yeah, so FEMA stated that only $150,000 to be put towards the purchase of the grant. So that's where we have $150,000. Hopefully we can find another grant company or a grant out there that we can mix match and recoup the other 50.
We've done that with the sewer department, a couple.
But the grant has been submitted.
I'll make a motion to adopt the lease financing resolution.
No, second that.
Okay. So we have any discussion about this?
Just where the last page, you're talking about a 7-year term, I thought we were doing a 5-year.
Is it 5? I thought it was 7, I had that
Oh,
on
we had to do 5 for some referendum or something? This you didn't have with that?
There was,
I thought it was going on.
yeah,
I haven't seen it.
but
But is it 5?
And
If it's 5.
Do we have to do the
I got that.
permissive
I got that.
referendum? It's a 7?
If it's 7, you do. If it's 5 or less, then you don't.
I thought that's what we were talking about originally, was trying to get to the 5, so we wouldn't have to go through that.
That last piece of paperwork was 5 years.
Oh, well, that's my oversight now.
okay, so
We'll change that from 7 to 5, right?
I got it.
Okay, accept it.
Are these numbers for 7 or 5 though?
The numbers are for 7, but they stay the same. It's just that the interest for the bank is a little bit higher than the interest for lease financing. And the lease financing requires you to prepare an evaluation of financing alternatives. I mean, it's just math as to how the interest works out.
so subject to the revision of the
Not 5 year, or not 7 year term, but 5 year term.
5-year term.
So is,
Good catch. Good catch.
And then
so where's the,
the only other revision would be, this again is my fault for forgetting that it's 5 and not 7. It's not subject to permissive referendum in this case.
In section 4.
Right. Because you're limiting your maximum period to finance this to 5 years. I'll make sure that Cindy and Kim have a updated resolution for the.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Any more discussion about this?
yeah, so is there still a deposit up front that we have to put into this?
Yes.
And where are we taking those funds from?
That's a good question.
That was supposed to be out of this year's that we haven't yet put into the reserve number.
Right. That's what we
It
had
doesn't
talked
say
about.
this.
I don't think that's in this resolution.
No,
If we pass this resolution, we should do that.
Yeah, it should be a separate motion, all right?
yes, you're appropriating monies from another.
So we shouldn't appropriate until this passes. Yeah.
Of course, they changed the numbers.
Yeah, you can give that last piece of paper to me.
They changed the numbers. Want to vote on the first one, then do the second?
Yeah, it was, remember we talked about the numbers and it was somewhere,
24,000?
yeah, under $30,000, right?
For the document?
Yeah.
Any other discussion about this? Before we vote on it?
If we don't have the money or the the grant is only for like 50,000 less, should we maybe get like 18 packs instead of the 25? Or does that?
We can't do this. They're not compatible. So the old packs and the new packs are not compatible.
We'll only buy like 18 new packs instead of 25, so that we can stay within the money.
And we still won't meet our requirements.
What are we?
We have 20, so per seat. So right now, we're down bottles, so we're going mutual aid because we're down bottles. So for each pack, you have to have spare bottles. So then for each seat, you have to have a bottle in it.
Well, that's not the rule, that's best practice. Am I getting that wrong?
From my understanding, from what I was told, that's what I was told.
When you sit in the seat, there better be a filled bottle in it.
What's that?
You sit in the seat, there better be a full filled bottle in it.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that the state, et cetera, rules and laws aren't that we have to have a pack for every seat in every vehicle we have. That's a recommended best practice thing. It's not a rule of law, but I could be wrong.
I have to get it right, but what I was told, if there's a seat, it's got to have a pack.
I understand the thought there was that if we could only get $150,000, maybe that's how many packs we should buy. That logic would hold if it was, we're only going to buy 3 packs, but
I get it.
no,
At the end of the day, you're not even guaranteed $150,000.
that's correct. I mean, I get it.
I'm going on the assumption that we won't get it. If we do, that's great.
Right.
I'm assuming we're gonna put the whole bill at some point.
Right. Because, I mean, at this point, it's what you gotta assume, right?
Yeah.
Right. As far as on burden on the board.
No such thing as a guarantee with grants.
Are we gonna be able to cover this with the money that's coming in each of the 5 years? If we don't get
Unless
it?
anything changes.
That's when your contract's supposed to, when's the renewal on that one?
Coming up next year.
As long as they have contracts, they should have enough money to cover it.
Because that's the money you put in the reserve account.
Right. So, over the next 5 years, our reserve wouldn't grow, but we would still,
Right. It would stay the same.
which that is 201 or somewhere in there.
102,000.
Is that a contract for fire service that you're talking about?
That's correct.
So are you think about changing that because ambulances are bundled in with it, which means they're probably not going to want to pay as much?
That is true.
Yeah, are we gonna have the money? Then?
We don't have an idea what the percentage split is. Or
Yeah.
We don't yet until we renegotiate the contract, and I'm sure it'll come up until next year.
Well, they do, in the reserve fund right now, they have $200,000 in the reserve fund. And we're not touching that. We're going for the things that are going to come in sort of in the future. But if you really got a super pension, we discussed that, that money is in the reserve fund. So technically they have it, hopefully we don't need to use it. Is that what we're kind of?
You could make the payments out of the reserve fund.
If we had,
really had to.
we did that study on the apparatus and they said, yeah, you can do so.
Yeah, the comptroller did say yes, we could.
I think you could use it to buy it first, but I'm not sure if you could pull the money out on an annual basis to fund financing. You know, the difference there being like your reserve fund is meant for long-term planning. If you're financing it, that's your plan. And you should be funding your future financing debt obligations, not tapping into a reserve fund every year in, year out for the next 5 years. Like if you're gonna use the reserve fund, just use the reserve fund now. That's the way that you should do it.
so it really doesn't matter if we do move those funds before they get there, or would that be the same?
You would not appropriate money to put in the reserve fund on an annual basis, but I think what Laura's noted is that potentially the monies you're slotting for future reserve fund purposes may not be available. And the reserve fund is to purchase a thing and to next year, you're not using it to purchase, you're using it to pay back a financing thing, so that's a different type of expenditure.
That makes sense.
Well, that's a different set of circumstances. So,
I mean, there's always going to be something to throw in the mix. I mean, there's no guarantee that in the next 5 years, and there's always going to be contract negotiations and whatever else comes up.
That's true.
And the bottom line, they need a certain amount of air packs at this point. What are we going to do to get them those?
So why, just to sort of play devil's advocate, why would we renegotiate our contracts such that we cause the contractor to not want to sign them?
We don't necessarily have to. Right now, we are in theory losing money on EMS. We pay one flat rate. Yeah. For how many calls we go on. Yeah.
But if they said, no, we won't sign it, then with that proposed change, then I think we would say, well, we'll still take your $44,000 a year because it's going to help us.
That would be this part of the negotiation.
Right.
That'd be.
Now that I said that out loud,
Yeah.
oops.
Right.
that's its own problem with,
Yeah, I
we
mean,
end
what
up losing
contract
money
are
on
we
the
talking
contract.
about?
That's,
So we have a contract with the town of Tyree, which
That doesn't give us-
for fire and EMS services. Right now, part of that money is what goes into the fire reserve. And then part of it goes to other stuff.
Why doesn't it go into the reserve for the EMS?
Or it should.
Yeah, because we just separated all this stuff, so.
that's a discussion we're gonna have.
Yeah.
Right now, they don't really have one.
Right.
They just started.
So it's like 40,000 a year for,
44, I think, right?
44 for the next 5 years.
Or take 200,000 divided by 5.
If we didn't have that,
I just pulled up your
then what's
email.
that? To the tax levy,
Right.
it's like
Yeah,
a
that
lot
could be-
of our,
Right.
it's like over 2% every year. It's like 4% every year. If we mess it up.
Yeah. Well, unless you can pass the tax cap over to us anyway.
The point that's being made is,
Yeah.
if we borrow this money, and if we have a problem with contract money and can't pay for it out of contract money, Nate is potentially of the opinion that we may not be able to use the capital reserve to pay for it. And then we would have to come up with that $38,000 or whatever it is a year in a different manner,
Out of the budget or something.
out of budget. Yeah, like, we just need to understand that that's how that works.
That's a risk.
That's what point you're making. Okay.
Any suggestions?
Do you have any suggestions?
Things we could cut.
No. How do you make it all fit? I mean, you could take, could you take money out of the reserve now? You could, right? What are you trying to say?
That was what Nate was saying, that we could certainly spend the reserve to do it now and not borrow the money, and then fill the reserve back up
Would you need
again.
to spend it though?
But
Well, if you use the reserve now, to Russ's point, if and when the grant comes through, then you just put all the grant monies in your reserve.
Right.
That's gotta be good.
we could do that. When we talked about this in the past, we talked about this exact thing. We thought it better not to use the reserve and to use the contract monies, and so that we kept that reserve and use those to pay this off. We can use the reserve, but then if we have a truck problem or something, we don't have the reserve.
Right.
So we talked about that.
We couldn't do any mix of the two. So,
You do similar reserve and at least finance the remainder, or have a bit of a regular bond, or, and I don't know how long until possibly we hear about the grant.
Probably a while.
December.
September through December.
Right, so too long to be kind of.
Yeah. So it's already, I mean, our bottles are already expired, so. And these already even, I mean, even for the guy, they're gonna take a couple months to get here. you know,
5 to 6 weeks.
once we say yes or no, then it'll take a couple months. We gotta get them, make them, and get them in order.
Yeah, so we took packs out of service, we have automatic neutral aid right now, and then, so the trucks that the packs came out of service are just water supply only, they can't be used for fire suppression. That's why we have automatic neutral aid. So you can take water, but you can't use it to fight the fire, because there's no packs on it.
So two of our trucks,
So they can't hook up a hose to it,
Like water supply.
The other companies could look.
so two of our trucks, if we, today with what we have in the bounds and packs, don't have packs in them. Which ones have packs in them?
804, 851, and the latter has a few.
So 1 and 3 don't have them?
Correct.
Should we take some money out of the reserve and then have this 40,000 that's coming in each year sort of go back into it, just so we have more of a cushion?
could do that, because that would relieve some pressure from the contract.
You mean like take 1 year payment?
But you have to spend it then,
Yeah, but,
which we would be spending it on.
and then you would have this other, the money that comes in this year, we don't want to stick it back in this year.
Right, so you'd suspend that also.
Yeah, yeah, we'd have
You
to.
had 2 years worth.
Put that someplace, okay. We could do that.
So we did all this before, we talked about all this, and still our best thought then was borrow for 5 years, leave the money in reserve, hopefully get the grant. If we don't, we'll figure out our detail. I know we're talking about all our details now, but we'll figure out. That still seemed to be, the choice is the best choice. It still seems to be the best choice than to try and take half of this and do that, and it just still seems the best choice. That's not necessarily talking about reducing how much we spend or how many we're buying or something. That's a different argument. But
Taking a reserve, well, taking it out of the fire department's budget, which has X number of dollars to go to reserve.
that still was our best choice. It still seems that it's our best choice of those choices, with its upsides and downsides.
So maybe like the next 4 years, we might be in a bind with our budget if we,
We have a contract fund.
from the
Could be true, depending what happens with the contract.
Well, I think if you put